Hey guys, this is Blueoriontiger here, and we are back with our adventure in Syberia. Now, last time we left off, Kate left a detective from New York and escaped his clutches who was trying to capture her, and now she's made her way to Velsamore. And here, we were supposed to find a craftsman to get Kirk's leg back. So I remember, yeah, find Simon Steiner, the craftsman. So, let's look around. Okay, this looks like it'll be promising. Oh, she exhales and you can see a little puff of vapor. That's kind of cute. What is this? Or actually, who is this? You're drinking. Oh god.
You almost fell right in the water. Have you ever thought about moderating your consumption of vodka, sir?
Oh.
Pardon?
It's me, Captain Obo. Obo! Proud commander of the just as proud crystal. So don't you, sir, me.
Well, delighted. Captain, I'm Kate Walker. I'm looking for Steiner's, the clockmaker.
If I fall in the water, Taylor, it'll be to go straight to hell. So don't fall in the water, Sail. You understand? Bastards waiting.
Yeah, this guy is really.
Who are you talking about?
The monster of the lake is waiting for us all, miss.
I'm guessing.
Everyone's time comes eventually. To finish the work. Come on. Back in the fight. Because you can never lower your guard. Never.
So you walk off sideways. She looks sorry. Okay, so everybody keeps referencing this squid. I forgot what the Youkols called it, like a kooky or something like that. And so, at least some point, we're looking at some giant devil creature, like a squid, a giant squid, more like a colossal squid, from what the icons I'm seeing, that we're probably going to encounter sometime in the future. Now, interestingly enough, I've read a story back in my teenager reading days called oh boy, we had to do a puzzle at some point. Called, I think it's the Island of the Blue Dolphins, and there was a devilfish that the character had to fight in there. So, and it was the Aleutian Islands in Alaska, and so that's what comes to mind when I hear these people talking about this. What's this? Do my eyes deceive me? There is a actual car. No automaton wheelchairs or anything. A car. Okay, let's use this. Okay, we'll leave them. No, can't go down here. Oh wait. Ah, poop. We get ourselves a drink, yeah?
Someone stole 3 chickens last night. I bet it was those damn thieving Youkols again.
Yeah, we can't always accuse the foxes.
You should go see about complaining to the mayor with all the others.
Oh,
I
this is...
can't understand why those damn savages are stuck here. It's not like anybody's making them stay, the damn pipsqueaks. They should jump right into the water with their damn ostriches. Then they can watch behind their damn ears for once.
It's our friend.
Ah, miss, delighted to see that you finally managed to leave the Youkol camp.
Yes, thank you very much for the pass.
Well, now that you're at last here, you'll be able to taste my famous borscht.
It would be my pleasure, but I do have to find Steiner the clockmaker right away.
Simon Steiner? Ah, in that case, you should speak with Sarah, our young waitress. She's his granddaughter.
I met that man recently. A certain Captain Obo. He doesn't seem very with it.
And he's been that way for 20 years, miss. 20 years. Can you imagine? He used to command the Crystal, the boat that made the crossing between here and the amusement park, on the other side of the lake. And he wasn't the same man then.
How are things in town? They don't seem to be going that well.
If you ask me, the atmosphere is horrible. At least half the people don't want the Youkols right at our door. Most of the shopkeepers even made the decision to go on strike over what they saw as unfair competition. Also, Valsambor hasn't been the same in the last 20 years. There it is.
Something happened 20 years ago.
Is Simon Steiner well known here in Valsambor?
For a long time, he was rather popular. You know, he isn't just a clockmaker. He knows everything about mechanical objects. He repaired everything for everybody here in Valsambor. He also designed the amusement park on the other side of the lake with a colleague of his. A French automaton creator, if I remember right. You could say Valsambor owes a lot to Simon Steiner, miss. So when he got sick, I offered to hire Sarah to help a little. You understand?
I'm off. Thank you again for your help.
See you soon, miss.
Nice mustache. I saw you back at the camp. Go away. Okay. I can't run indoors, seriously. Let's talk to you.
Excuse me, please, miss.
Yes?
I'm looking for Simon Steiners.
Simon Steiner is my grandfather. My name is Sarah. Sarah Steiner.
Pleased to meet you, Sarah. I'm Kate Walker. Can you tell me where I can find your grandfather's workshop?
Of course. You'll find his shop is at the end of the alleyway, on the left, just as you leave it, in the main avenue. Can I ask what you want with him? Because he's rather old, you know.
I'm accompanying the Youkol caravan. Apparently your grandfather is supposed to be making a mechanical prosthesis for Kirk, their spiritual chief, who had a bad accident recently. Without the artificial leg, Kirk won't be able to go along with the great migration of his people. And on top of that, the Youkols won't leave without their guide.
You're accompanying the Youkols? My God, you're so terribly lucky. When I was little, Grandfather used to tell me all about their adventures, full of mystery and magic.
You seem to like the Youkols, Sarah. I get the impression that's rare in Valsambor.
It's true that when it comes to the Youkols, people around here can be a bit silly. They go out of their way to make the nomads scapegoats for all of the town's problems since they got stuck here.
I don't think that's silly, Sarah.
But you don't, do you?
Of course not. Grandfather told me that he has actually seen 3 or 4 of the great ostrich migrations in his lifetime, and he always really respected those strange people. He even made sure I would admire them too, you know.
Do you like life in Valsambor?
Oh, there's really not that much to talk about here, you know. I spend all my time here or with Grandfather since he got sick.
There was no one who could keep an eye on him for you?
We can't afford it, I'm afraid. I also think I prefer it this way. My grandfather is my only family.
You're talking... Oh, look, there's a Kraken thing on the menu.
I guess you're pretty close to your grandfather?
Yes. Of course he can get a bit grumpy. Especially the last few years. But he's actually really adorable. And you should see the work he does. Give him a few cogs and springs and he'll give you some unbelievably incredible invention. He almost makes mechanical objects seem alive.
I see exactly what you mean. I used to know someone like that too.
The only problem we have is that business collapsed when he got sick. I really do believe that if I didn't have the waitressing jobs to make ends meet, we'd probably have to close up shop.
Thank you for your help.
I'll be stopping in to see Grandfather on my next break. Maybe I'll see you there.
Yes, I hope so. Goodbye, Sarah.
Okay. So he's sick, and at least we know where the clock shop is now. Just see who else we can talk to in the bar.
I'd really suggest you steer well clear of Captain Obo, miss. He's always basically drunk as a skunk.
I hope you find the tavern agreeable, miss.
Oh, so far. Oh, nice. Warm. Toasty. Especially now, it's actually a little cold outside. And the central heating dinner. So a fire like this is nice. Look, I wonder what's in the pot. Let's say it's squid something.
All those youngsters trying to act smart to impress the Steiner girl. It really gets to me.
Why?
We're pretty lucky with all we've been through. At least we've still got places like this.
It's been hard to sell our produce since the port closed. And now those nomads show up and undercut us.
I saw 18 here. So.
There's something about those nomads at our doors they're not telling us.
The lake is haunted by a demon. It's watching me. Waiting. I can feel it.
Grizzly old sea guy.
That shape there in the water. What is it?
Actually, I'll show you exactly what it is if you hold on one second. Okay, I am back. Now, who my friend would be looking since we're talking about squids? Meet Mr. Squid. Squid, say hi to people. Hi. Okay, so since this part of the game is apparently we're doing squid stuff, Mr. Squid here, stay on camera, specifically a giant squid. I got this guy off Amazon. I don't know if they sell him anymore. He'll be here. Now, okay, so he's there. So let's continue. I don't think there's anybody else to talk in the tavern, so we're gonna go to the clockwork shop now, the clock shop. It bugs me she doesn't run indoors. It really does. Model car. What do you sense, Kate Walker?
Lost your way, pretty girl?
Aha, Steiner, here we go.
Steiner.
That's a German name.
Hello. Are you Mr. Steiner? I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Steiner. My name is Kate Walker, and I've come to pick up the prosthesis for Kirk, the Youkols spiritual guide.
And well, dear Miss Walker, Dr. Efimova has informed me that the young man was not yet in any sort of condition to withstand the operation, and that...
Mr. Steiner, are you all right?
It is impossible. That pendant you have around your neck. I would be very obliged if you would entrust me with it for a moment. Please, Miss Walker.
He knows who this is.
Mein Gott! An XZ-2000 automaton heart in perfect working condition. A compensating spring memory. Pendulum ventricles and small mechanical pumps. Everything seems in excellent condition. Donnerwetter! Where on earth did you steal this, Miss Walker?
What? Are you calling me a thief, Mr. Steiner? I haven't stolen anything from anyone. This is all I have left of my friend Oscar. Give it back to me right now.
Ah, so. And yet I am actually very familiar with this type of precision mechanism. An infernal precision. Incredible, unique expertise. For this was a Vorarlberg automaton, Miss Walker.
Yes. It was Hans Vorarlberg who designed this object. Tell me, did you know him?
Oh, yeah. He even lived here a few years. We did a lot of work together. He taught me so many different things, you know. So it is useless to try and make up silly stories, Miss Walker. And I am afraid that I am not about to allow you to leave here as long as you have not told me the truth about where this object comes from. Are you afraid to...
Don't bother locking me in, Mr. Steiner. If you must know, the truth is that Hans Vorarlberg was someone who was very important to me. I accompanied him on a very strange journey throughout Europe. And that object in your hand is the only souvenir I have of that adventure.
That proves nothing, Himmelherrgott! Hans would never have given this to...
Mr. Steiner, are you all right?
My heart... need... my medication. Quickly!
Just don't move. I'll go and get your medication right away.
Okay, I don't think you find his medication over here. Maybe you should go back upstairs. Yeah, I want to run back upstairs quick.
Who would store medication in this mess? All that clattering must get really tiring after a while.
Okay, we have to go downstairs. I don't think it's here.
There's no point. Nothing that could help him. That could do him more harm than good.
You think, Kate?
No medication. No medication. That could do him more harm than good. No way. Nothing that could help him.
Okay, look back downstairs one more time. It's probably what it is. We have to go get the medication from a pharmacy, I think.
Kirk's prosthesis. But it looks like it isn't finished.
Okay, so he didn't finish the prosthesis.
Who would store medication in this mess? Still nothing.
Excuse me.
No medication in sight. Empty.
Make yourself right at home. Don't mind me. I just own the place.
All that clattering must get really tiring after a while.
My heart. I need my medication. Quickly.
All that clattering must get really tiring after a while.
Okay, wait. No, no high noon. Okay, so the cup goes there. We have to get the no, back. Oh. No. Okay, yes.
All that clattering must get really tiring after a while.
Okay, so what happened, I wasn't looking right, but what you have to do is read what tea time is. And tea time is 5 o'clock apparently. And you would have gotten it if you just trial and error every hour on the dot. So speaking of which, let me get a sip of something myself.
Thank you for your precious help, my dearest Miss Walker. I'm afraid I may have judged you somewhat hastily.
Don't mention it, Mr. Steiner. Tell me about the prosthesis. I need to take it back to Kirk very quickly, if, of course, you agree to let me have it.
Yeah. I just have a few small adjustments to make. It involves very precise and meticulous mechanics, understand?
Will it take long? I'm sorry to insist, but I also have to give a hand to those unfortunate Youkols. I need to help them get across the lake with their herd of ostriches. I'm so worried about them.
Once the mechanical leg is at last ready, I can go to the clinic and bring back young Kirk to you. That way you only have to worry about what happens to the other Youkols.
You'd do that, Mr. Steiner? That would really be a great help.
So, perfect. But dear Miss Walker, are you aware of what lies in store for the nomads when they reach the other side of the lake?
What on earth's the matter, Mr. Steiner?
The next stage of your journey is the poor, cursed town of Baranor. It has become hell on earth since the time of the last great ostrich migration.
Please join me downstairs for a moment, Miss Walker. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Look just next to the films there, Miss Walker. You should find a film on Baranor.
Okay, so we're gonna watch movie time.
They all look like him.
Truly magnificent pieces, Nishtvar. The XZ2000 model is most assuredly one of Hans's major masterpieces.
Their mission was to bring back any survivors of the catastrophe to Baltimore, where the victims would receive the best care in Dr. Zepyin's clinic. The Crystal, the ferry usually responsible for linking the towns of Baltimore and Baranor every day, carried the new type of rescuers to the scene of the drama and brought back the survivors
so Baranor suffered the ravages of a nuclear accident. But according to that film, the automatons you designed with Hans should have helped save lots of lives, right?
I'm afraid that's not how things went. Because of Captain Obo, who... Ah, that must be Sarah. Please come this way, Miss Walker. I'll introduce you.
Looks like Captain Obo made a big boo-boo, apparently. Kate, please, just get over yourself about being polite and just run indoors.
Miss Walker, may I introduce you to Sarah, my granddaughter?
We've actually already met. Haven't we, Sarah?
I actually owe Miss Walker a candle. Thanks to her calmness and peace of mind, I'm still here and on my feet. She found my medication and gave it to me before it was too late. Donnerwetter.
You don't mean you had another attack, do you? Ah, you're being so very naughty, Grandfather. You absolutely must let Dr. Zamiatine examine you.
Come on, stay calm, my little child. When I go to the clinic to take the prosthesis to the young Youkol, I'll stop by and see the good doctor. Until then, why don't you make yourself really useful to Miss Walker? She's looking for some way to transport the Youkol caravan to the other side of the lake.
Well, I think I've already found the solution. The boat in the film, the Crystal, it must be the ship that's docked in the port. If it was able to transport the automatons you and Hans built, it could carry the ostriches across the lake.
Ah, that's not a bad idea. But unfortunately, there's a slight problem of size, dear Miss Walker.
Sounds like you're talking about Captain Obo's alcoholism. I saw him earlier on the dock.
That coward has been hiding himself in alcohol ever since he abandoned our automatons to Baranor. And he'd rather simply die than go back. He tells everybody that the evil monster of the lake is waiting for him, and that as soon as he goes back on the water, the beast will just up and grab him. Ha 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 ha. But of course, that is the purest fantasy.
Grandfather, I know you're still really angry with Captain Obo because he abandoned the automatons that you built with your friend Hans and Baranor. He was supposed to wait for them. They were going to take all the survivors they found in the rubble to the boat and then bring everyone here to safety in Valsambor. But in the end, when he got to the beach at Baranor and saw the disaster and all the dead, he became really afraid. The disease, the radiation. He must have had an uncontrollable panic attack, so he immediately turned back, dumped the machines on the Crystal into the lake, and came back empty-handed to Valsambor. And the automatons have been there ever since, in hell. But who knows? Maybe today he'll want to sell. I'm sure Kate will be capable of convincing him to help the Youkols. I have to go do my waitressing shift in the tavern. Come by and see me later on, okay? Captain Obo will be there.
All right, then. I'll try and convince Captain Obo. Thank you for everything, Mr. Steiner.
I don't know if I really should wish you good luck, dear Miss Walker. Baranor is only an open grave now.
Baranor is a sore spot. Okay, so we got an achievement, and we're gonna go check out, find this Captain Obo guy. I believe he knows there's something in the lake. I don't think it's just cut and dry that he just dumped the automatons in the lake like that. But yeah, but apparently this game's been getting mediocre reviews. People are complaining about the dialogue, the graphics, and how difficult it is to solve stuff, apparently. So, I'll do my best to play through. I'm enjoying it right now. It is a little wonky, but, you know, it's not like I hate it. Yeah, like, controls are there. It's a little weird. It seems like the people who have the easiest time are those on the, PS4.
Captain Obo?
Look, look, look.
What do you want?
May I sit down for a second?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry to impose, but I actually really...
You know, you kind of remind me of someone. The wife of the quartermaster that served on board the Crystal after the war. Do you realize he got married to the first cousin of the wife of a machinist?
Oh, okay. That's all really interesting, but what I wanted to ask...
That's a really great story, really. Because, did you know? So there. So the guy answers, I don't know nothing, Captain. Turns out he was hiding in the broom closet. Hilarious.
Face.
Irina, the wife of the quartermaster, her name was Irina Malevna. Crazy how much you look like her.
Oh, gee, it's getting late. I have to go. You can finish telling me the story another time, Captain Obo.
So how are you supposed to disguise Captain Obo?
The lake is haunted by a demon. It's watching me. Waiting. I can feel it.
Okay, see. Oh my goodness, allergies. Okay.
Is everything okay, Kate?
Not really. I'd like to ask Captain Obo if the Youkol caravan can go on board his boat to cross over to Baranor. But I can't get a straight answer. He's completely sloshed.
I'm sorry, miss, but I really think you're wasting your time. He's getting drunk again to forget his crimes, like he always does. To forget he wasn't brave the way a captain should be. Can you believe it? In Baranor, he just picked up and abandoned his passengers. And I know, he'll never want to see that cursed place again.
I'm not sure that's true, lad. Even if he does drink a lot, the captain's a pretty good guy. Say the right thing, and you may be able to convince him.
If I'm ever lucky enough to find him sober, even for a moment, I need that drunkard to listen to me.
Maybe I can help you with that. I'll make him one of my famous small restoratives. After that, he'll want to sleep for 3 days, but at least his mind will be clear.
You know the captain better than I do. What can you tell me that will help me to convince him?
One thing's for sure, he definitely hates himself for abandoning all those people to their fate over there in Baranor. All of those men, women, and children that Grandfather's army of automatons was going to rescue and bring back on board the Crystal. He has the impression nobody here will ever forgive him, and to be perfectly honest, he's not far wrong. Plus, he's also racked with guilt. So in my opinion, avoid criticizing him.
Do you know why Captain Obo fled Baranor?
He must have been completely traumatized by what he saw there. The catastrophe, the victims, and then the radiation. He unloaded the automatons on the beach, but he didn't expect they'd bring the survivors back right then. He just cracked, completely snapped. Full astern and goodbye all. Can you even imagine?
Afterwards, he came up with that story of a sea monster appearing and attacking his boat.
Yes, the old legend of the monster of the lake. Convenient, isn't it?
Has Captain Obo taken the crystal out of port since leaving Baranor?
He's been far too drunk ever since then for that.
And anyway, the port's been closed since the tragedy of Baranor 20 years ago.
Do you think the crystal is still in sailing condition after all this time?
I'm sure there'll be a few repairs to do, but Obo never stopped keeping it in shape, you know. He loves his boat, despite everything.
Okay, so boat seems is okay.
Who knows what became of the victims and automatons the captain abandoned?
No, everybody hates the captain for that. But nobody volunteered to take the helm of the crystal in his place to pick up the survivors. If there are any left in Baranor. They're all dead now, that's for sure.
Grandfather says that the automatons would have broken down really quickly with nobody to maintain them.
Go see the captain. Sarah will bring you the restorative when it's ready.
Okay, so this guy's Captain Obo was a real thing. I don't get that.
Take this, Captain. This one's on the house.
Yes! Camera zoom.
My God! This piss water unbattens the hatches, swabs the deck, and opens the portholes. Hello, Miss.
My name is Kate Walker, Captain Obo. We met each other earlier.
To what do I owe the honor of your presence at the table of the regrettably famous Captain Obo?
The captain seems rather depressed. It would probably be a good idea to go easy on him.
Why are you still here if you don't want to talk?
Shut up.
This is good news, Captain. You're back at the starting block again. You have a new beginning, a new dawn.
Now that's a good show of spirit, Miss Walker. What'll you be having now? It's my round. So what?
Everybody here hates the captain. I need to try to make him feel better.
Right. Go on. Ignore Obo, the gutless wonder.
What I'd like you to do is to help me, Captain. I could even say you're the man of the hour.
Yeah, misspelling on the
What do you mean
subtitle.
by that, young lady?
The Youkols caravan has to cross the lake now. It absolutely must continue on its migration, do you understand? So I thought that maybe they could board the crystal. That way you could take everybody there to the other side, Captain. I know you don't have fond memories of your last crossing, of your departure from Baranor, but
Why the hell are you bothering me if everybody has already warned you about horrible Captain Obo? The gutless wonder.
it's true, people are quick to judge. But they're not the ones who went to Baranor like you did. They can't teach you anything about being brave.
Maybe. So tell me, where do you actually want to go then, miss?
Baranor terrifies him. I need to be more careful.
So what? Nothing more to add then?
You won't like this.
Stop going easy on me, would you? Where do you actually want to go, Miss Walker?
We're going to Baranor. That's where the migration is taking the Youkols.
Are you kidding? Baranor? In 20 years, nobody has landed. Nobody's even set foot there. I saw the hellish red eyes of the monster of the lake. Beast as big and long as my boat.
Quilak, that's
Ask
what
your Youkol friends what they think about it. They call it the Kilak, the evil spirit of the lake. The devil guarding the doorway to hell.
He is really stubborn. I have to try something else. He's lost it. I should read him the riot act.
Okay.
In that case, I'll buy the crystal.
What makes you think she's up for sale?
You've left her in the port to rot. She's completely run down. You haven't the money to keep her shipshape. I have money, and I need that ferry.
She's a ferry, not a liner. The girl wants to take the helm of the crystal. Now I've heard everything.
I know that if the proud crystal had an equally proud commander at her helm, things would go better. But as you don't want to go on a voyage...
All right, all right. You can get your gang of little savages and board the crystal. I'll take you.
Oh, thank you, Captain, really. With all my heart. And thank you on behalf of the Youkols.
Oh, but be careful now, Captain Girl. You're not there yet. There are two conditions, and they are negotiable. First, we stop by Narodas. It's a little town just a bit south of Baranor. That will mean we avoid the most radioactive zones, but it won't actually take you too far off your path. And second, we also sail by day. I'm not going to finish up on the lake monster's plate. And it sleeps during the day. The beast is usually a bit of a night owl anyway.
That's
I accept. Captain Obo.
In that case, all hands on deck now, sailor, because we've got work to do before we can hoist the anchor.
Okay.
Come on, Kate. You hurry off and meet with the captain before he changes his mind. I'll go tell Grandfather to join you on board the Crystal with Kirk.
Thank you, Sarah.
See, I didn't want to be too rough on him, but there's probably a better way, an easier way to talk to him about that. Okay, but no, that is true. Squid usually feast at night. They're nocturnal creatures, so... Let's head back to the boat, probably. Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna cut this here right now, and we'll pick this up next time. So, catch you later.